Welcome students. So today we are going to start retail management subject. So I'm Professor Mohammad Azharuddin Shagu, SICAB Business School, SICAB IIT Vijaypur. So let's begin with the retail management. So before starting our exact meaning about retail management and what is retailing and all, a simple question comes to in mind when we talk about retail. We just imagine about retail store in our nearby house. But actually, the retail management and retailing is more, and much bigger than what we think. So let's study about it. So what exactly retailing is? It is a set of business activities that adds value to products and services sold to consumer for their personal or family use. So that is called retailing. So it's a business activity. Okay, here they are adding the value for the product and services, and they sold it to directly to consumers or customers for their personal use, or it might be family. The here missing word is the sell is not for the industrial purpose and any business purpose. It is only for the personal and family use. Now, who is a retailer? Next comes the question. It is a business that sells product or services to consumers for personal or family use. So that person is called a retailer. And in retailing, he adds value to the products. And in a retailer, suggests it's all about selling the products and services. So from manufacturer perspective, the four P's of marketing we know, that is product, price, place, and promotion. Okay, so place is nothing but the distribution part, and this distribution part is actually taken care by the retailer, and they are one of the biggest part of the distribution. How do retailers add value? So what they do exactly? First, they provide assortment. They buy other products at the same time. They do the assorting work. They pack bulk, so they buy in quantities and whatever customer want, and they give in lot basis. Hold inventory, buy it at a convenient place when you want it, and they hold it with you, with them, and they sell it whenever you require. Offer services. After selling the products, they offer even services also. Okay, so see it before you buy and get credit and lay away. Okay, so these are the how retailers actually add the value to the products. Now, how actually distribution channel work? So from manufacturers to wholesalers or stockists, you can say, from them directly comes to the retailers. So retailer will directly sell it to the consumer. And this is a typical supply chain of network, how retail actually works. You can see the supplier from the transportation, okay, big, small, and very small transportation from the plants, okay, distribution channel centers, and to the retailer, and from the retailer it will go to the customers. Depends on the different types of retailing. Now let's have the introduction and the meaning of it. So the distribution of finished products begins with the producer and ends at the ultimate consumer. We know this is the exact distribution process. So between the two of them there is a middle person. That person is called the retailer. So retailing is defined as a set of activities or steps used to sell product or a service to consumers for their personal or family use. So here again I am telling that retailer not sell any products to the industry use or manufacturing use. They tell it to consumers and the personal or a family use. It is responsible for matching individual demands of the consumer with supplies of all the manufacturers. If you visit any retail store, so you will get the specialized retail for what they know. So they will go for a variety of options are available, and they will meet the actual demand which is required for the individual customers. The word retail is derived from the French word retailer, meaning to cut piece off or to break bulk. Yes, consumers can't purchase in bulk, so retailer does the he purchases in the bulk and he cut it into pieces and he sells according to the requirement of the consumer. Retail management. So retailing is a set of activities performed in selling the goods and services directly to the end user. We have seen this about this meaning. The goods and services sold to the consumers are meant for their personal use and not for resale or business activity. Okay, so retailing is the last activity conducted in the chain of production, product distribution down to the consumer. So they are the end means who actually meet the customer. Now, what are the characteristics of retailing? First, retailing brings goods and services closer to the consumers. Yes. So they are the actual people we have seen in the definition. They bring the goods and services closer to the consumer from the manufacturer and the wholesalers. A retailer is the last link in the distribution channel. Yes, exactly. They are the ultimate distribution of the distributor of the product. Retailers buy in large quantities but sell in individual units, so as the requirement of the consumer. There are large number of retailers as compared to manufacturers and the wholesalers because they sell in unit wise and the geographical area need to be covered, that is only can be done through retailing. Retailing can be organized branded chain stores or unorganized, that is normal stores that we find in our neighborhood. Example for branded chains we can give the KFC, McDonald's, Pantaloons. So there are different types of retailing chain stores. Retailing provide a direct contact with the customer, exactly, because they are the ultimate end system of the distribution. So they are the direct contact between the customer. So retailing is the function that keeps an eye on the pulse of the customer. Yes, because they actually interact with the customer, the actual ultimate supplier and supplier to the customer and retailer. So ultimately, so they know what exactly customer want. Retailing can also be done through online. So yes, nowadays you can find GeoMart, you can find Flipkart, you can find Ajio, you can find Myntra, you can find Amazon, you can find Snapdeal. There are plenty of available retail stores online. Ninth, provides a variety of products at a single place. Yes, he contact different manufacturer, different types of product services, and he club it to one at one place and sell it to the customer. Now let's move to the types of retailing. This is most important part. What type of retailing we are going through? This is called the formats of retailing, and even we call different types of retailing. The first comes is the department stores. So what actually department stores? This is a large store which sell different types of product under one roof in different departments. So you all are experienced with this type of department stores or retail. Each department has an individual specialization of merchandise. Each store is handled separately in accounting, management, and location wise also. So you find different when you get into different department store, you can find this all thing. Child section will be different, adult section will be different, formal section will be different, ethnic is different. So everywhere you will find different specialization of merchandise. Therefore, a department store handles different business units and deals with a variety of merchandise and are organized in different departments for the purpose of accounting, control, sales promotion, and store operation because all are specialized in different things. If you see the example, you know Shoppers Stop, Reliance Trends, and Pantaloons. So if you have visited any one of this, so obviously you can experience this. You might have in local shop, you know Reliance Trend is available. You can visit. I hope you have all visit. You can understand the department store. Next comes the supermarkets. So supermarkets are self-service stores that sell wide range of food as well as the important thing, non-food products also. Stationery they supply, clothes they supply, different things which are not fall under the food. They supply everything. Supermarkets have at least four basic departments such as self-service grocery, dairy produce, meat and household departments also. So if you go to Reliance Mart, you can find this. If you go to in Bijapur, you can go Umudi section. You can go to Sri Siddheshwar supermarket, and there are plenty available. Even you can go to more Big Bazaar, D-Mart, the big fishes, Big Bazaar and D-Mart. So these are actually for the supermarkets, not chain store or multiple shops. So this is, you know, well, Domino's and McDonald's, it's very famous. There are plenty of examples are available. What happens in this type of retailing? These are the chain stores. They consist four or more stores sell the same kind of merchandise and are owned and managed by a single owner. The supplies are stocked in chain stores, are provided by one or more warehouses owned by the chain store owner. Everything supply will be done by the owner, and there will be a unit which will retail it. So you know McDonald also, you know Domino's also. In Bijapur, Domino's is available, so you can visit and you can easily check. Next comes the discount houses. Yes, this type of retail format which operate at very low cost and almost no customers services. Okay, they are not very big in size also. These stores are large in size, open for public and advertised heavily. They sell a wide range of products as of well-known brands, housewares, appliance, sporting goods, house furnishing, toy and automotive services, and clothing. They offer the goods on the discount basis. Next comes the direct selling. So this type of retailing you can find, you might know in Facebook or YouTube, or even someone has interacted with you, especially in Vestige and Amway. If you have seen anybody has contacted you, in Bijapur you can find both the things. So direct selling is when customer and seller have direct contact with each other away from the store. So direct selling is also referred to as home selling. Okay, the total value of direct selling has been growing in India since the beginning of the 21st century. So these companies market various types of product through direct selling. Direct selling is the best suited way to sell product which require extensive demonstration. So any demonstrative product required for the home, so they comes under the direct selling to the customer. So I told you about Vestige marketing, how they interact with you, how they meet you, they explain that all products available, different segment, and same case with the Amway also. So they especially come in direct. Next comes the telemarketing. So telemarketing is also known as telephone selling. In telemarketing, a salesperson initiates a sale over the phone to a prospect and close it over the phone only. Okay, it consists of cold canvassing from a phone direct. You can call, you can tell about them, what actually you do and what services available there. If you see the example, magazine subscription, pest control, devices, club memberships, and credit cards, which can be sold without seeing, are usually sold over the telephones. Next comes the most important for the present market situation, or you can say future also, that is online retailing. Online retailing is when a firm offers product on their website and people and organizations from this company. So in this, you all know, you have experienced this. Both entities engage in the online transaction are also known as internet marketing or electronic transactions. You can find Reliance Digital, the brick and mortar also, and Reliance and Reliance Digital online also. So they are into both the things. So in online marketing, there are one or more business involved, and the buyer is an ultimate consumer. So example, Flipkart, Amazon, Ajio, Tata Click, and etc. So these are all some of the example of online retailing. Even if you want to purchase the JBL, you can go online. MI, you can go online. So they have their own website also to sell the products. Next comes the not you people are not familiar with this, but this is one of the retailing. You can find this in airports and all. This is a sale is made without the slightest contact between seller and buyer through automatic vending. The idea behind selling through automatic vending is to provide convenient purchase. Products from well-known brands and those have great turnover are usually sold through automatic vending machines. So most of the selling from automatic vending comes from forces. Especially you can find coffee, cold drinks, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, cigarettes, and candies. So even your what you call kurkure chips and all those are also you can get it through vending machine. Next comes the direct marketing. Direct marketing, consists of all non-store retail format except telemarketing, direct selling, online retailing, and automatic vending. So direct marketing is a way of contacting customer through broadcasting or print media. Okay, the products are advertised on these media and customer buy products online without even going to retail stores. The different platforms to contact customers through direct selling are television, radio, magazines, newspapers, and mailing and catalogs. So this are fall under direct marketing. Next comes the franchising. So in this format, you all know, a business who owns the business known as a franchisee, and a company who offer business known as a franchisor. A businessman can use the name of already well-established business name to run their business under certain conditions at a franchisor. You in Bijapur, you might have seen the Kamath. So even KFC, Subway, they all also comes under the franchising business. Mom and pop stores, these are the typical example which are available everywhere in the market. Okay, so this format is very small. Okay, they are independent. They don't come under anything. They are mostly of them are family-owned businesses. So they face very tough competition they because they have to fight with the well-established businesses. Okay, they can't go for the heavy advertisement also and marketing methods also. So typically, these stores are established such as bookstores, restaurants, insurance agency, and automotive repair shops. They fall under the moms and pop store. So nowadays, mom and pop business have high scope of success because more and more people demand personalized products and services. So that's why there is scope for the mom and pop store of retailing. Next comes the specialty stores. So these are all very small businesses. So specialty store are small in size and they generally offer limited products categories but provide a high level of services. So specialty store can be a drugstore, DIY stores, etc. So you know the automobile parts are sold in DIY stores. So they are very specialty store kind of thing. Next, move to the hypermarket. An example of hypermarket in Bijapur one is available. So what exactly hypermarket? It is a retail store that combines department store and a grocery supermarket. Okay, that's a combination of department and grocery market. Often a very large establishment, hypermarkets offer a wide variety of products such as appliances, clothing, and groceries. So they are very big in size and they are the combination of department store and grocery supermarket. Now comes, let's understand what is exactly multi-channel retailing. So we have seen different types of retail formats and retailing types. So what exactly multi-channel retailing? So this is a marketing strategy that offers you customers a choice of a way to buy products. Okay. A true multi-channel strategy covers purchasing from a store, that is brick and mortar. Consumer can go to the store or he can purchase from website or you can order it from telephone or you can order it from the mail or you can interactive television, that is now so you can say catalog ordering and comparison shopping sites. So they use a different multi-channel retailing method. If you I told you about this Reliance Digital, so they have the brick and mortar also and they are into online also. Even they have mail orders, they can proceed. What exactly they do? They have the brick and mortar store, they have internet channel, they have catalog channel, they go for direct selling also, they advertise intelligent home shopping also, and they are into automated retailing also. That is nothing but vending machine also. So this is called the multi-channel retailing. So why to go for the multi-channel? What are the benefits of it? The first come is overcoming limitation of existing format. Nowadays, brick and mortar is not enough. You need to come out of it and you have to go through online also. So here you can do the increased assortment. Okay, by choosing the channel, retailer can better satisfy their consumer need by exploiting the benefit on overcoming the limitation of each channel. If you look at example, one of the greatest constraint facing store base is location and size of the store. So however, the number of products presented through an internet channel is virtually unlimited. So you can go for the different sorting. Increased sorting can done through online whenever they order. That is not possible in the brick and mortar. Low cost and consistent execution. Obviously, this is one of the biggest benefit we find. Low cost, consistent execution. So customers can get personalized information from sales associates in stores over time. So sales associates can learn what customers like and want. Okay. However, customers can get this benefit only when the sales associates are present. But training and retaining knowledgeable sales associates is expensive. So internet channel can overcome this problem. Current information. So exact information available about the products, whether this what you call the stock is available, how many left, few left, four left, everything can be updated. So current information stock can be easily managed. Okay, the offers available, everything can be done. So even you can get the information like stock clearance, price reduction, everything can easily come through the current information. Touch and feel product. So source channels provide opportunity for customer use all five senses: touching, smelling, tasting, seeing, and hearing. Next, to increasing customer satisfaction and loyalty. Yes, if you go through multiple, you can easily catch customers. Okay, you can give them the feeling of satisfaction and feeling of loyalty. So even you can use, they can use their wallets. So they can come up very different methods with the loyal to the organization. Personal services. Yes, you can get personalized services and immediate feedback like an apparel is suiting them, particular color suits them more, and so on. If you look at Lenskart, you can get this. And if you can say for example, if any of you are not feeling well, this suits you, this does not suit you. So anything you can ask for the experts also. Immediate gratification. So customers can get the merchandise immediately after the buy it from the stores. Gaining insight into consumer shopping behavior. So electronic channel provide valuable insight into how and why customers shop and are dissatisfied or satisfied with their experience. They put on rating, they comment it, and how much they are satisfied, they can give it in a scale also. Expanding market presence. Yes, this is plays an important role. Market for store-based retailer is limited to consumers living in a close proximity to the retailer stores. So by adding the internet channel, retailers can expand their market without having to build new stores. Okay, building a strategic advantage. Multi-channel retailers have an opportunity to develop strategic advantage of single-channel competitor. So if you are into all different channels, so that you give advantage. Who are interested to visit brick and mortar, they can come there. Who are interested in electronic, you can convince, you can have a relationship through phone also. What are the role of retailing? First, retailers connect brands to final consumers. Yes, we have seen this character that they are the link between the consumer and the retailer. That is the first role played by the retailers. So retailer reach consumer at key moments of truth. That is called encounter. We say, okay, okay. So they play an important role because actual the consumer beat the retailer. They come to know the truth. Okay, so purchase decision is actually influenced by the retailer. So that is the main role again played by the retailer. So retail stores are important marketing medium for shopper marketing. So we call it as point of sale, that is POS. Okay, so they are the every advertisement, everything happens, but actually exactly everything can be marketed by the retail stores. Other retailing, the so-called non-store retailing, has been growing dramatically, even faster than store retailing also. So again, they have to come up with the non-store retailing, that is nothing but e-marketing that we have discussed. So that has to be. Now, what functions are played by the retailer? First, breaking the bulk that we have seen. Okay, he break into the different segment and then he sells. Function of creating place utility. So different you can say transporting goods from point of consumption. So he create the place utility, stocking varieties of goods for the consumer, different brand, different product, different categories, providing credit facility to the consumers. Okay, so short-term purchasing power. So this again help the retailers, providing information to customers and wholesalers. So information to the customer regarding new arrival, new discounts, new availability, and to the wholesaler what exactly the demand is there for the market. So estimating and demanding and arranging the purchase of the product. So for example, they estimate Deepavali is coming, Dasara is coming, Eid is coming. So they evaluate the demand and they order from the wholesalers or the manufacturers. Acting as consumers agent, yes, because they anticipate the wants of consumers and then supply them to the right kind of good at reasonable prices. So that's why they call it as an agent. Okay, their job is to make consumers buying as easy and convenient as possible. That is one of the biggest function of the played by the retailer. Marketing function. Yes, if you visit, you can easily understand this. So several marketing functions such as sales promotion, advertising, and point of purchase display. These are all done by the retailer. They induce customers to buy products of reputed companies. So connecting link, the retailers are the connecting link between the wholesaler and the ultimate consumer that we have already seen this. Now, what are the problems faced by the Indian retailing? The first is lack of technological adaptation. No doubt we are adapting it. Still, there is a huge market need to be covered. There are untapped market because a village that has to be covered. So most of the population is still living there. It's slowly getting connected, and it is has to improve a lot because of technology need to be adapted very fast. Poor logistic and infrastructure, no doubt we are increasing. Still, there is logistic problem, and there is an infrastructure problem available. Insufficient supply chain management. And so many companies are working fast for this, but still there is a huge problem we are facing in supply chain. Price war, that is one of the biggest problem, but we can't say price war because of the competition. There is obviously there is a price war, but it creates problems to the survival of the retail sector. Rampant fraud in retailing. Yeah, you have seen so many examples how retailing fraud happens. Okay, how online retail fraud has come up in purchasing mobile phones and food deliveries. You all have found this. Tax structure and bureaucracy. So this again, heavy tax structure always gives the problem to the retailer. Competition from unorganized retailers. So unorganized retailers are very small in numbers, and they are very near to the home. And visiting to the organized retailing will be far. So still in India, people prefer the unorganized retailers. Lack of customer understanding. So if this is one of the biggest thing need to be done through research. If you understand what exactly customer need, so this problem also can be solved. But still, we are failing in the lack of understanding the customer. So here is the end of the first unit. Hope you have understood.